Hey up, me Odes. Gaz Misfit, me Odes. How's it going? I'm here with the Ode. I'm Ting.
I'm your main man Monster.
Main man Monster.
Main man Monster. And I'm Lucas Chappell, as always.
How's it going?
Since the day he was born.
Always.
Since the day he was born? Was he born with that beard?
What was that, yesterday?
He was actually, yes. Well,
Yesterday, that sounds like the garbage.
when we sat, yeah, so here we are, it's normal. Normal, basically. How are you guys doing?
We're alright, me Ode.
Good. Yeah. Nice. So, where are we starting tonight then? This is obviously part one of a two-parter.
Yeah, we've got two parts to this one.
So there is actually a meaning to what's going on for the first part. Because what we'll start with is Army of Walking Corpses, Bloodstock tomorrow night in Mansfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to get down there. You've got to get down there. You've got to get support. We've got to get on this. This is something we all need to do. Everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know this. I know this is late and it's the night before, but still. And hopefully tomorrow we're going to come live from there, get an interview with Army, fingers crossed, and go from there. So this is part one, and then tomorrow part two.
Interview-wise, it's like, it's a case of, like, I mean, the whole thing with tonight, it's like, it's just the setup to make sure that fucking everything's going in smooth. It's like with us, we'll all be there to support, you know, that's the way it works.
That's it. We need to be as well. It's crucial, it's absolutely crucial that everybody is
regardless, if you take Army out of the situation, and it could be any British horror band that's in that situation,
yeah, exactly.
We would all come along and still.
Yeah.
It's not who it is, it's a case of what it's standing for.
It could be Lupin Tooth, it could be anybody.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Next year it could be another band. It's a case of get down there and support your local horror band. You know what I mean? As a group of English horror fans, we're small and far between, so let's get there and support the band, because no matter who it is,
yeah, it's a slot of fucking Bloodstock at the end of the day. That's a prestigious accolade to play that humongous, amazing festival, which I go to every year. I was giving the example to Jay earlier. Hell Puppets won the competition last year. They blew the fucking roof off the place. Since then, they've toured with The Other. They've had loads of fucking gigs. They've had interviews. They've had their own music video out. They've gone so many places. Like Hell Puppets have done so much. The catalyst of that was, to me, that Bloodstock set that they played. It's gotten so much recognition and opened the eyes to a lot of people to that band. And
it's
an opportunity to do that, whether it be Army or Lupin Tooth or Gravedale High, let's fucking go for it and support the fucking horror scene and get them that fucking slot that they deserve at Bloodstock.
Too fucking right.
That's what we touched on before, wasn't it, about Bloodstock, how it seems to be the up-and-coming festival really now, doesn't it, in the UK?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been going over 10 years, but it's definitely...
It's over that time, it's built up momentum.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I mean, now we get a chance to showcase a horror band on it.
Yeah, Bloodstock's like the festival, it's not mainstream in any way, is it really? It's, you know, it sort of supports more the underground side, I guess.
Yeah. So, and with how heavy Army is,
it suits the bill. There's black metal bands, grindcore bands, death metal bands. Brilliant. Army's going to fit in with that.
They
with the
will
horror
perfectly
twist.
fit in. That's the advantage. If you had a horror punk band on the punk side of things, say for Gravedale High, say for argument's sake, they're more to the punk side of things. So therefore, it might be a bit harder to get onto Bloodstock, where Army are really heavy. So therefore,
especially the new track.
Yeah, their idea. Yeah, I mean that's brilliant. He's heard the new track. I've heard the new track. Have you heard the new
Chelsea
track?
Grin.
Chelsea, oh, of course we've heard the new track.
Awesome,
the
man.
Maiden track.
Oh, what a tune, man! I can't wait for that.
Brilliant.
You know what I mean? And they're also going to be doing a video very soon as that as well. So that's fucking cool as hell.
And of course you've got So Long Until the Saints as well that
Right.
pushing the way onto the Bloodstock Festival as well.
Yeah.
Just imagine, it's like with Mike. I'll give a massive shout out to Mike. So long till the seance, and they've got all this kind of stuff. That band with Army, those two together, would be fucking ridiculous, wouldn't they? Be really fucking well done. Mike is the man. So
I'm looking forward to hearing the new stuff.
yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, exactly.
Really can't wait.
Is that Mike Tipping? Is it? Mike?
Yeah,
Mike
he is.
Tipping,
That guy is an absolute legend.
Yeah, seems really cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. Absolutely, hands down. Yeah.
Is Mike from
Manchester way, I think.
Yeah, but
Mike, he's from Ireland. That's
Belfast,
he's doing the Belfast gig for Goulsby later on in May.
Right, so he's in Sluts, whatever it is. Yeah.
It was in Little Mistakes.
Yeah.
He's a fucking cool dude, I'll tell you that much.
Right, different guy, don't worry about it. Because I want to get on to Flirting with Corpses in a minute anyway, because I've listened to their new single, you know what I mean, so I want to discuss that in a mo. So, you know what I mean, let's get this thing with Army wrapped up.
Yeah.
And then because tomorrow is going to be a whole Army special. It's going to be nothing but Army. So, let's get this bit wrapped up about tomorrow, get that sorted, and then let's move on for a quick 20 minutes, half hour, and let's talk about news, talk about new stuff, and everything else.
I'll put my last little bit in the end. Tomorrow, Metal to the Masses in Mansfield. In many ways, it's the biggest day in UK horror punk in years. Most important day because it is an opportunity for one of the biggest UK horror punk bands to get recognition and the scene to get recognition, because at the moment it doesn't. And I think it's such a massive opportunity for people not to recognise that. It is ridiculous. And I think, you know, my cat died isn't an excuse for not going, or I'm ill isn't an excuse not to go. It is so important that everyone goes to vote and to show their support for the horror punk scene tomorrow, because what can come of that is so important. Being there tomorrow to support the scene, and I really just want everyone getting there tomorrow, like we were saying earlier, Jason.
Yeah, we should be there as a big group, whether you're in a band, whether you're a fan, or anything. We should all be there tomorrow to support Army, basically. That's the whole deal of the thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if you get there tomorrow, the chances are, you know what I mean, you're going to be interviewed tomorrow, because the more people we get there, the more people we can get on the podcast. I want to talk to people. So let's get there.
People haven't heard of the band before.
Exactly.
My main thing is as well, it's like with tomorrow, is if anyone wants to challenge me to a drinking competition, that's a different story. But yeah.
Drinking competition.
Drinking competition.
Yeah?
Him?
Yeah. Well, not for me, because
Not for you,
my
Jake.
wife drives.
Yeah.
Him.
I'm the fucking driver. I'm the fucking chauffeur. I'm the one that has to fucking drive everywhere. Jibs did the car. You know what I mean? That's me. You know what I mean? Driving Miss Abby. That's me. Right?
Miss
So
Abby?
I can only have...
Miss
so I can only have a bit.
Miss Lucas?
Right? I'll be getting... Yeah, well, listen.
Sweet.
It's perfectly fine though, because I've got plenty of space in my boot for him. Don't worry about that.
And of course, space.
Yeah. We'll be passing loads of woods on the way home, so if anything worse comes to worse, I'll just dump them off there.
That could work.
So,
yeah. Well, that's all for tomorrow sorted out. Otherwise,
Yes, that's what I wanted to mention for tomorrow.
So what do we want to talk about for this week's, not this week's, this time's news? It's not like we do it every month, so it's not like we release this on every day. It's every month on the same
so
day.
Often, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So what's been happening recently? What do you want to talk about? What's going on news-wise since the last time we spoke?
well, to be fair, ever since it's been a bit quiet since Christmas, hasn't it? Really, we've not had really much going on UK side.
Last year was a big year, wasn't it, really, for a starting point?
Yeah. Last year was a big year. UK side, it was a big thing, and this year there's not much really been said except for yet. Exactly.
Yes.
You've got Travelling More for one
That's
thing, which is a big thing for us, which is going to be next level.
Yeah.
Then you've got, Dead United's coming over in March, because that's another Savage Monster tour that they've booked, which will be pretty sweet. They're doing, probably the gig that I'll be going to will be Boar's Head, Kidderminster, because Kidderminster's fucking awesome. It's a great fucking venue. They're doing Kidderminster, I think they're doing London and they're doing like Essex. They're doing like all the like really. For us fucking Northerners, it's a bit out of the way. Yeah.
What bands are on the bill? Tell me.
The what, mate?
What bands are on the bill for that tour? Sorry.
Loop and Tooth, because Loop and Tooth are the man. You know.
Yeah.
Tommy's the man. Other than that, I'm not quite sure, but that's for the Undead United tour, and then that's in March. Then April, it all comes down to the Travelling Morgue and the Fright tour. So I know for a fact we're going to talk about Travelling Morgue because that's the UK big thing of the year, isn't it?
That's the biggest event of the year for you.
Definitely, 100%. Yeah.
So I hope to see you two at fucking when it comes. Lucas, I know it's easier for you to get down to the. I think they're doing the Kidderminster date. I think the Undead United the day after is doing London, so I'll hope to see it one or the other.
If it's a weekend, I'll no doubt be there. It depends. I've got a lot going on, but I would love to be there.
Yeah, the Kidderminster's on a Friday day. It's the bank holiday week, Easter weekend.
Oh well, in that case. Listen, can I? No excuses.
No excuses.
No excuses.
I take it both you two are going to be at the Travelling Morgue then?
Oh yes, we will be there.
Travelling Morgue is no excuse to missing that at all.
There's no excuse to be in anywhere in the United Kingdom, Ireland or Scotland.
People are coming from abroad to play. Do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? This is the first step. You know what I mean? We've got a band coming from Germany, so you know what I mean. Next year we might have another band coming from Germany because there's a lot and they're all good. So we'll have and then maybe someone from the States might step over and stuff like that. So you know,
it's like a step at a time, isn't it? Really, you know, once you start moving.
The way I look at it is, you've got your Ghouls Night Out, you've got your Hell Nights, and now you've got the Travelling Morgue.
Yeah.
So that covers all of it, everything. So there's no reason to soon. It's a case of, you know what I mean? In 4 or 5 years' time, bands are going to be lining up to play over here, and they're going to want to come over, and you're going to be people are going to be picking between two bands. Oh, who should we have as the headliner? Because bands are going to be interested. Bands are going to be, you know what I mean? That's what we want.
It's going to be like Hell Nights or Ghouls Night Out, isn't it? And that's what it needs to.
I like to think that you know, once the Fright have been over and headlined it, they're kind of going to like cement it really as UK thing really, and like you say, then more of the the European American bands will start lining up as well.
Yeah, I've been listening to so much of the Fright recently. Like
they are
waste.
Oh, the Fright for me are fucking something
Absolutely great. I've listened to it every day for weeks.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of the
entire day, like the way the lineup is, it's a case of like.
It's a good lineup.
And it's like the lineup itself. It's so different from what you're ever going to expect. You know, every band is different.
Very, very different.
But that's the best thing about horror punk, horror music, whatever.
Well, that's what we've said before, isn't it? You know, horror is one genre.
Horror generally is a scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you look at horror movies, you know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily point to one type of movie.
No,
it's the same thing with the music, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's everything. They all encompass horror. So you can have horror metal, you can have horror billy, you can have horror punk. And they all just come under the one brand of horror punk, that's all. Do you know what I mean? There's so many different variations of horror punk, which actually wants to bring me to something I want to bring up actually. Have you guys by any chance heard the new Flirting with Corpses song?
I haven't.
No, I've not seen that much updates with them. Yeah.
Rot or was it?
Yeah, it's called Rot.
Yes, I have. I uploaded a video on YouTube for it. Very good song.
Yeah, they've got an official video and everything. Do you know what I mean? And I checked it out, and you hear it, and there are certain stereotypical versions of what we would call horror punk.
Yeah.
You know, when you've got your dance style and stuff like that, and I think they do. It's not. I'm not trying to slag people off when I say this. It does lean towards more the Wednesday 13 style.
Oh, hands down. I think I would agree with that. I don't think they would know that.
But his voice doesn't sound like Wednesday 13.
It's not a rip-off, is it?
No, by any means necessary.
They lean towards it, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's
do you know what I
not-
mean? You
yeah,
can
yeah,
tell that is definitely an influence in what they produce.
Oh, obviously.
I dig the single, you know what I mean? And I really like his voice. It's got, as I said, it's very Wednesday 13 sounding, but at the
Nicky
same
Trash's
time,
voice is a lot more raw.
he's got a trash
nasty,
voice.
yeah.
He's got a trash
He's
version.
got a nasty voice. It
Yeah.
suits the song.
And I dig that, and I really like his voice a lot, and I really like, so it is. It may not be a song that I might listen to every day.
It's a lot heavier as well, isn't it?
It may be one of them songs like when I'm at work, I might think to myself, right, I need to listen to something fast, and I'm going to bang my foot. It's in that category. It'll go in that playlist. You know what I mean? The more heavier side. But as a whole, very good. And again, there's someone that I want to be able to see on a stage somewhere in England. You know, it's.
I think this year's got to be their year, like I said last time. I think they've had some changes in the band where I think Sammy is now on drums, where he was on lead guitar before. I think he was lead anyway. And he had that backing vocal, that really deep, guttural, heavy metal backing vocal. Now they don't have that because he's on drums. So there is a couple of changes in the band now. So they are going in a different direction, but they're still extremely heavy, which is what they need to be.
It, and I like the speed of it. I like. I've said this before on the podcast. You know, I mean, how I find that the horror punk side starting to slow down a little bit tempo wise.
Yeah, we had this conversation.
So
didn't we?
I mean, you talked about it, and
it's very gothic and very deep, foreboding, melancholy music. Very gothic. Very
so to have
scary,
something fast and heavy like that is good. So why I'm talking about horror punk being a little bit slow and a little bit
gothic and creepy,
and everyone's getting on the same. Like I said, I just said a minute ago, you have your stereotypical forms of horror punk. You know what I mean? You've got your Danzig sound. People do a lot of Danzig style sounds. You've got a lot of Wednesday 13 sounds. You've got Misfit sound. Blah, 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 blah. But Gorsby's one of these guys now that people are starting to do his sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's been around long
I
now.
can't fucking express that enough. Yeah.
The people that are younger to have listened to Blitzkid and it be an influence on them, so now they've got that Gorsby type sound.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of things now have slowed down, which brings me on perfectly to my next point, right? I was playing Lucas earlier on. I sent you it, Gaz, and I'm allowed to talk about it because I've had it clarified. So.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but if you've had it clarified and we can talk about it.
Yep.
Yeah?
We can talk about it. Yep. Your friendly neighbourhood monster here is quite good friends with a certain Mr. Jason 3D from the Jasons. Now, I love the Jasons, right?
He's a good man.
He sent me the new album, right? Get fucked, right? This album kicks it in the arse of horror punk.
So good, it's fucking brilliant.
This is what horror punk needs at the minute. A boot up the arse, a little bit of speed, a little, do you know what I mean? And it's fucking God.
Punk.
Is it good?
It's proper
it's
punk.
Yeah, it's punk. Punk.
Horror punk,
It's,
you know what I mean?
Back, it's real fucking
You know what I mean? It's
snappy, fast songs.
I mean,
in your face.
certain songs you can hear on YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, they've released the Asshole song on, you know what I mean, with US Ghouls on the split video. Asshole is brilliant. If you listen to some of the live videos, some of the live sets I've been doing recently, you get to hear American Slasher.
Yeah, that song, man.
Get fucked, the actual title song of the album, Wicked. Do you know what I mean? Tina is a psychic. They're the only songs I can tell you the names of. But there's another load of songs that are just
so good.
Oh my fucking God. For the past week and a half, I can't stop listening to this album. It is pure punk rock and it's pure horror. And they don't want to be put in the horror punk category, but you can't with something that powerful. It's pure hardcore punk rock with the horror punk edge. Oh man, it's fucking awesome, man.
Can't recommend
Wait
it,
till
man.
you people hear this album.
I'll tell you now, my favourite song in that entire album is "Can't Stop Killing." That for me. For me, to be fair though, man, it's like I've listened to the Jasons in the past.
apart from that, we can't say any more song names. I've been told I can't say any more song names. So apart from
What's it
Can't
called?
Stop
Get
Killing,
Fucked, is it?
yeah, the album's
Um,
called Get Fucked.
No, but
Apart
you say this now, you put me on the spot. Yeah. All I'm saying is,
you're in trouble.
And that is our recommendation. If you do, if you take
trust
anything
me.
away from this, listen
Trust
to
me.
Get Fucked
Yeah.
by the Jasons.
Yeah,
It's fucking sick.
Yeah, two things from this part one of the podcast. First thing is get your ass to Mansfield tomorrow and go and see Army.
It'll probably be
The
today
second
by the
thing
time this airs.
The second thing is just wait for this Jason's album to come out. If you've not heard the first two albums, listen to it. Oh, this album is fucking punk rock, and it is fucking punk rock.
Gaz, let me listen to it, like, I'll step over it before. It's like I say, it's very old school, isn't it?
Exactly.
It sounds very, very old school.
You and Lucas come from the metal side of things. Me and Tink come from the punk side of things. Tink, get Gaz to play this fucking album. It is fucking awesome.
You know what?
Can't.
Jay, it's funny you say that. I was talking to guys about this, about the whole horror punk, genre. Like we said before, right? Horror punk isn't one sound, it's multiple. And it's funny, I was saying to the guys about our backgrounds, and it's like, you and me, like we said, I grew up with, like, Bad Religion and NoFX and such,
Yeah.
Perfect.
You know what I mean? It's like, I know Lucas, you're into, like, you like a lot of your metal stuff, it's like, isn't it weird, though, how horror punk, everyone's there's so many genres there, and yet we all sort of come together. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Like Jason gave the best analogy earlier, where in horror films you've got the traditional 1920s silent films, and you've got the universal horrors, and you've got like the 1970s films, you've got the slashers, then you've got the video nasties, you've got the B movies, you've got the reality ones where it's like a hidden camera where someone's filming, like Blair Witch. You've got all these loads of genres of horror. You've got the I can't remember what it's called because I've had a drink, but where it's an animal like a Jaws.
Shark.
No, but where it's a creature feature. You've got a creature feature.
It's creature feature.
Yeah, you've got all these different
Feature.
genres. No, Horror Punk has the Wednesday 13 style. It has the Misfit style. It has
Yeah.
the metal
Crimson
style.
Ghost, the other.
The rockabilly style of
Right, the Six Down Eyes.
different genres under horror, and it's the same.
You've got the heavy side, you've got the punk, you've got the goth, the gloomy, whatever. Yeah, like I say, you've got everything. It's
What people honestly can't say that someone like Alice Cooper isn't horror punk.
Yeah.
In its
that
genre,
guy,
it is.
absolutely,
the man.
absolutely.
That motherfucker.
He's-
That mother.
He's
I mean,
the creator of shock rock, wasn't he? Am I right in saying that? He created shock rock, didn't he, at the time?
Screaming Jay Hawkins
Yeah,
in the 60s.
do you know what I mean? People were doing horror gimmick style things before there was a genre of horror punk.
Yeah.
So the Damned did it. The Damned nailed it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of them things. It's like, was the original Nosferatu considered a horror movie? No,
It's just a movie.
no.
That film's fucking crazy. I love it.
But you know what I mean? It's one of them things. Horror punk encompasses it all. If it's got a horror theme, it fits in there somewhere. Even if you get your horror core, like you used to have the Gravediggers and that was like RZA and that from Wu-Tang and stuff. And your hate to say it, Insane Clown Posse, because I really don't like them. Away from the fact that it is a form of horror music.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
You know what I mean? So, therefore, it all comes full circle, and we're all in that circle to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So, fuck it. You know what I mean? So, whether you count yourself as horror punk, or not horror punk, or horror metal, or shock rock, or whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, you're still...
Psychobilly as well goes into
you're
that
still,
same band.
psychobilly. If they sing about horror movies and horror stuff, they won't be called horror punk because it's psychobilly, but it still comes in this circle of horror. The circle of horror.
The Circle of Horror.
The circle of horror. Mighty Boosh, yeah. We went boosh on our new asses.
That's the Death SS version of the Mighty Boosh.
Oh, he's wasted. Oh.
Couple of things I wanted to bring up, lads, is a couple of gigs we've got going on recently, or in the future coming up. We've got obviously next week we've got this week in Encroaching we've got the Wednesday 13 acoustic set. I just wanted to touch on it very briefly. Wednesday 13 doing an evening with Wednesday 13 acoustic. He did it a couple of years ago. Very good. Like Big Trouble in Little China. Something like that.
What dates is he doing now, Luke? Is he doing is it like a 4-date tour with it, or is it 5?
Yeah. It's like basically it's just him doing stuff from his past. So he did mainly Wednesday.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of stuff in the UK, which is fucking awesome because he doesn't do a lot of things outside of it.
Fang Bang come out as well this year.
Yeah, he's doing what he did in Halloween last year.
And that's a good fucking album.
Brilliant
Fang Bang is one
of the best.
He is a good songwriter, but all of his music is very samey. But as a punk fan and a huge NoFX fan, I can't slag that off. NoFX have been the same for God knows how
many.
It's the
winning formula with NoFX, isn't it?
Yeah, you get that formula and you carry on. Wednesday 13 is, I mean, he releases an album a year nearly. That's good going. He's got a serious amount of work behind him with different bands and everything else, like Bourbon Crow. The first Bourbon Crow album is phenomenally good. But anyway, digress back onto horror again. He's a good songwriter. He's very good at parodying names of films and stuff that he can twist into a horror song. And he's good. He is our nowadays Alice Cooper. To a certain degree.
I think you'd appreciate that a lot as well. Yeah.
I think he is.
With that, I think like you said about him doing the Fang Bang. I think like he did last year for Halloween, where he did one night the new album, and the next night on Halloween was his first album in its entirety. I think this year he's doing Fang Bang in its entirety. I assume it is. He's doing an album in its entirety. I can only assume it's Fang Bang. But I wanted to touch on that Wednesday album. A couple of other gigs.
People like doing it. The new thing at the minute is people going back and doing an album in their entirety.
Yeah.
Not even in the horror genre, in normal music genre.
Metallica have done it.
People are going back and people want to hear an album, how it was recorded, in the order it was recorded in, and the way it was meant to be. You know what I mean? So people are getting to see that. And in the horror industry, you know what I mean? There are bands out there that are coming out and starting to do their albums. You know what I mean? Because they've only got one. But
they have to.
You know what I mean? But they're re-sing their album again, and people want to see that. I like to hear an album, and you hear it so many times. And nowadays we've got a shuffle button on our iPhones or whatever. Your bulk shuffle. But back in the days, you used to when I was younger, you used to put a record on, and you'd listen to it in the order it was meant to be played.
That's how I do it.
From A side to B side, 1 to 2 to 3 to 4.
Yeah.
So the album was created in a way to make you feel a certain way. The tracks were put in there in a certain order. It was
for a reason.
Yeah, for a reason. It was very cleverly done. So some albums are made to listen to from A to B rather than a shuffle in between A and B. So it's nice to get that sort of feel from when you hear it live and you go, this is the album.
It's nostalgia, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nostalgia. Yeah. You go, oh my God, that's so-and-so's album, sung from beginning to end as it's supposed to be. It's cool.
Concept.
You know, if Gorsby come out and did one of the earlier Blitzkid albums from beginning to end, it'd be badass. If Danzig and Jerry only fucking bit the bullet and they come out and did when did Earth AD say?
Can you imagine that? That'd be fucking brilliant.
Oh my God, do you know what I mean? It's just like. Or Graves joined back with them for one tour, and all they did was come out and they just did Famous Monsters, or then the American side.
Yeah.
Or you could go and see, or as Jerry Owen likes to do and make money out of people, do both of them. Yeah, Graves on board. Graves on board. Yeah, get Graves on board and say we're going to do it. Tuesday night we're going to drop fucking Famous Monsters on you, and we're going to take both around the town, and we're going to do the tour. But it's one of them things. But I'm digging that sort of thing because, like I said, it's nostalgia. Anyway, so
it's a brilliant novelty and it makes lots of money.
I ranted then quite I cut you off and ranted.
No, I like that. That's important that you did that. I think that was it wasn't cutting me off.
As long as you find it important,
I think
that's the main
it wasn't
thing.
cutting me off. It was interjecting, which I think was important.
Yeah.
A couple of other things I wanted to bring up was obviously the Goolsby gig, Belfast.
Yes.
Has Gaz gone for a piss?
Yeah.
Soon.
Yeah, just. Goolsby gig. Actually, I might wait till Gaz gets back, so I know he's planning on going. But another one I wanted to bring up was Kitty in the Casket in Birmingham. Really want to go to that. I want to see all the bands there. It's got Kitty in the Casket. It's got Gorgeous Morgue. It's got Blitzkid, and it's got Dead by Dawn as well. Not Blitzkid, has it? Fuck, has it got Blitzkid? It's got.
We can hope.
Lupin
Teeth. It's got Lupin. Blitzkid. Zero. Lupin Teeth would be made up if they knew I just mixed them up with fucking. It's got Lupin Teeth, not Blitzkid, and it's got Dead by Dawn, and that is going to be a really, really cool gig.
And you write stuff down as well, so it's not like you've got an excuse.
I can't read my handwriting. I can't read my own handwriting. Can you read that score?
Where's Kid playing? There we go.
What in big letters like I do? Look, capital letters. I can see it from here.
Lucas, I just told Gaz that Blitzkid are playing in Birmingham, you know.
They're not. I don't lose them.
I'm going to shave that fucking beard off you, Triple H.
About that basket gig.
Let me give a special shout out to Mike. Mike is the absolute fucking man. He really is. I was supposed to mention him on the last podcast, but my mind's blank. Yeah.
Who's that, Gaz?
Mike. Mike Tipping. He is the man.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Lucas? I honestly see you two getting out like a fucking house on fire. I really see that.
No, yeah. I speak to him on Facebook a lot. He knows a lot of mutual friends. He seems like a really cool sound cat, man.
For the Goolsby gig, man.
Yeah.
He came back to our room and we sat down and had a few drinks.
I believe there's going to be quite a lot of us going to this gig.
I fucking hope so, Jay, and I'm fucking glad that you said that. Because it's like...
I wanted to talk a lot about the Goolsby gig. Is he going to do an England show, or is it just Belfast, or...?
To be honest, if he's going all the way to Belfast, hopefully, to be fair,
it makes sense.
It makes sense in the UK dates because it's two of the different dates. But all I'm saying is, when it comes down to it, is the Belfast side. Mike has put so much into making that gig happen. It needs to be a success, and I know for a fact it will be. It's like the whole thing is, it's like as soon as that date got announced, and Mike basically said to me, "Gaz, it's happening." I know Mike I've known fucking Facebook wise. I've known Mike for years, but when I met him, when we met him in fucking Berlin and we were at that gig, the passion I felt from that guy, it was the same level as what I get from fucking you twats. That level is absolutely ridiculous, and it's the best thing that I've ever met from any kind of fucking horror, punk, horror rock fan ever. We're all in it for the same reason. You got flies.
I was having a scratch.
Well, he's scratching your beard then. I'm joking. No, but it was like with Mike, it's a case of like that guy has done a lot to get good doing that day.
And we're going to back him up by a lot of us going down there.
Yeah,
because
and it's like
people listening to this or watching this or whatever you're doing, right? Seriously, especially in the UK, like listen to this. Right, I'm going to get close for this, right? Because I'm going to tell people off, right? Trust me, right? So, my wife's birthday, right, is a couple of days beforehand. So I'm going to take her to see Goolsby. She likes him. I'm not going to take her away from her.
Make sure it's secret. Fucking hell.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? So I'm going to take her for her birthday, right? So I looked into it. for me and the wife, flights, suitcase, and a decent hotel.
Don't forget me.
You right? You're good in the suitcase, and that's why I mentioned it. Right? £156. That's for two of us. So if you're one dude sitting there watching this, thinking to yourself, "Oh, I'm into horror punk. I want to come here. I want to go there," and you're in the UK, get yourself on a plane, a ferry. Shit, I looked into driving there.
You don't need a
It was
passport.
7.5 hours. I generally thought to myself, what if we hired a minibus? A couple of us were drivers. We took shifts, and we drove a lot of us down there in a minibus, videoed it, listened to music. It'd be a great crack. But then I thought, a plane is a hell of a lot fucking easier. So, literally, dudes, I'm listening to you now, right? Listening to you? I'm talking to you. You listen to me. Right? For under £100, you better get to this gig, right? So,
and how often did you get to see Goolsby? Never.
Yeah. So the chances of him coming over here and doing stuff over here is
with Goolsby.
So if you're
fucking with Mike playing as well. It's like the ultimate support. Fucking Mike's band so onto the sales. It's fucking insane.
Wow, that's a huge thing for Mike's band.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm going there based. You know, I want to make sure fucking Mike is going to get the ultimate UK support. You know,
if this works, this opens the door for so much potential.
Yeah,
big time.
The minute an American band makes it to Europe and hits Germany, which is a really big horror fan base, it's only a skip across the water to us. So if we can make this work and show Mike that it can work, then fuck.
It opens the fucking
kind of thing, isn't it? Yeah. You know, normally, like the music scene's American, isn't it? But when it comes to this, it's Germany, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crack Germany, you're done.
Done.
Yeah.
You're in.
And you can jump into Dublin cheaper than what you can jump in Germany.
Well, it's Belfast, it's a passport. Dublin's Southern Ireland, West of the
I ain't got a
country.
fucking clue.
Belfast is Northern Ireland. It's part of the UK. We don't even need a passport. It's just piss easy. No excuse.
Right.
I don't have a passport.
I'm going!
He hasn't got a passport. Right?
No, as he fuck because weird beard.
I'm right.
Work has never let me know, but
I actually didn't want to.
I bet you fucking are. Quit angry with me, yeah?
He's got a French passport. It's Chapelle.
Chapelle.
Lucas.
Can't travel anywhere.
Oh.
My name is My name is Chapelle.
About Monsieur Chap.
El Shat Pants, what?
Undead.
Chapelle.
Shat La Pelvis.
Chateau.
Right, anyway. Right. Have we got anything else we want to talk about?
We'll finish it all off now, basically. Well, tomorrow, get an interview with Army, and that'd be a good thing. This is what you get to see. This is the main part of the Undead 13 segment, because that's what we do. Anything you see after is the nice interview we get with the Army. Yeah?
Wait.
Gaz, before you shut off, let's mention one thing very, very quickly before we wrap it up.
Yeah, I was going to
get
Dead.
I'll go super quick. I just wanted to bring it up just so we can. Band I mentioned last time round on the previous one, Dead 13, named very similar to our little group. They've just put out a video, and it's getting a lot of recognition. It's been on Kerrang.
Yeah.
And it's the video. It's not the best video in the world, to be honest, but the song's really, really cool. I think maybe to a degree the vocals are slightly juxtaposed from the music, but both are really, really, really good. The song is really solid. Dead 13 are really cool and they're going places. Video, not the best video in the world, but the fact that a horror punk band from the UK, or horror band in the UK, has got this recognition for a video that's now in Kerrang is such brilliant news.
Do you want me to tell you a quick secret with it?
Scott.
Yeah. Also,
Laura knows the bassist, which is really awesome. Go on. Go on, Jay. Carry on.
Right. I've got one last thing quickly to say. I just want to quickly cover this, right?
Yeah.
I see Johnny post something earlier on, a couple of days ago, about Dead by Dawn.
Yeah.
And get them, you know what I mean, to buy the new EP and that is on iTunes and stuff. $1.99, which for a 7-track EP is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I know they did,
right? So I went on early one to try and buy it because I got paid today. So I thought, right, I'll go on. I'm going to buy it and I'm going to listen to it. For some reason, fuck knows why, my iTunes were giving me bullshit and wouldn't let me buy it. But we went down every track and listened to sort of the samples you get, and I'm really digging it. I really like
I said, with Dead by Dawn, they're doing the 20 albums giveaway, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
I'm going to buy the EP tomorrow. I'm going to give it a full listen to if my iTunes lets me fucking do it.
And Dead by Dawn, that kit in a cassette, aren't they?
So and then I'll give a proper review of what I think to it. But judging by the 30-second preview you get from each song from iTunes, I'm digging it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a big fan of female vocalists. You've got to have a right tone of voice.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Absolutely.
They refer to what cartoony type voice.
The whiny voice.
That whiny voice. They put on that I don't like that. Do you know what I mean? There are only a certain amount of bands that can get away with it, but you know what I mean? The female singer for Dead by Dawn, she pulls it off. So you know what I mean? It's good.
With Dead by Dawn, I know them because of their original singer, Sophie. I know Dead by Dawn through their first singer, or the singer that I know. And now I discovered Dead by Dawn by her saying, "This is my old band. I'm not the singer anymore. They've got a new singer, and this is them." And she played me some of the songs that she sang with them, and which I'll play you some other time.
Much more punkier sound.
A very punkier sound. Sophie's got a great voice, but the singer they've got now is great as well. And I see them going a very long way, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them at the casket gig.
Creep show sounding.
Yeah.
With the two sisters, where you had two slightly different styles, but two very good singers, and it seems that way. It seems that they've got a new singer, which is none less the best than the one that was before them. So it just seems that they've got a new sound, and I'm really digging what I heard. So I'll come.
We enjoyed that, didn't we?
Yeah, the next one, not part 2, obviously, because we'll be at the show, but the next podcast we do, I'll give you a review on that and let you know what I think of it and stuff. So, you know what I mean?
Right then, Mios, let's fucking call it off then, shall we?
Yep.
Sounds good, guys.
And we'll see you guys at the army gig
Tomorrow.
Morning.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, alright? Sweet. I'll sign off. You two give your last message, then me and Tim will give the sign off. That works. Right. Say goodbye, Monster. Say goodbye, Lucas. Then me and Tim will do it.
Lucas, it was awesome to finally speak to you, by the way.
As always, finally, yes. This is the first time all 4 of us have been together.
That's it.
Obviously, we've had competitions, the 3 of us, different parts of us, all 4 of us together. 4 horsemen of apocalypse.
There we go.
the horror apocalypse.
There we go. We're going somewhere with this.
Right. I'll sign off then, shall I?
Or 4 pissed dickheads.
4 pissed dickheads, yeah, however you want to see it.
It all works the same way.
We'll
Right.
catch you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So,
You're on the road.
I'll sign it off then. Right, you keep doing that. We are the Undead 13. Spread the horror. And we'll see you soon, yeah?
See you
take it
soon.
easy, dude.
Don't do anything I do.
See you in the morning. Well, afternoon.